Hello, and welcome to this special interview on how Chef Jesus is helping to promote healthy eating. I'm Wanda Malhotra, lifestyle journalist and CEO of Crunchy Mama Box, a platform promoting conscious living. Today's interview is part of a powerful collaboration with Authority Magazine, a medium publication that delves deep into topics that truly matter. Chef Jesus is an award winning Latin American chef who was originally from Venezuela and is currently based in Miami, Florida. He is an accomplished two-time Emmy Award winning television personality and leading chef on Univision's hit morning show, Despierta America, the Good Morning America of Latin America. In addition to being a talented chef on screen, in 2021, Jesus won the highly competitive reality dance show competition Mira Quien Baila. He is also a published author of the book Delicious Cooking with Chef Jesus, which outlines easy, fun, and everyday recipes that allow anyone to cook like a professional chef. Chef Jesus, thank you so much for joining us today. It is really wonderful having you here.
Pleasure.
Oh, thank you. Our readers would love to get to know you a bit. Can you share with our readers a story about what inspired you to become a chef?
Of course. Well, I think first of all, it was out of necessity, right? Because I came to the U.S. when I was 17 years old, and me and my brothers, we always had my mom to make food for us, to cook for us all day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If we will go into the kitchen, it was to help her with something, but she was the one really cooking. So when I came over to the U.S. When I was 17 years old, with that and with my mom or dad, I had to start, making making my food, and also my first job was at a restaurant, and then after that, it was always, working around restaurant owners and hotels, and I think that's what started, inspiring me in seeing cooking and the kitchen as a career. And as a business opportunity, because I then wanted to have my own place. But I think the beginning, it all started like that, out of necessity, and then, applying little things that I will learn at that first job while, looking at the other chefs and cooks. I think that's what started everything.
That's beautiful. I love that. So, do you have a specific food, like a type of food that you focus on? What was it that first drew you to cooking that type of food? And can you share a story about that with us?
Sure. Yeah. After working in regular hot kitchens, full of stress and very demanding, most of the times, when I learned about Asian cuisine, and looking at, these Asian chefs, taking so much time and being so detailed about their plates and their recipes. Also seeing that they were part of front of the house in the restaurants. They were not back, in the hot kitchen screaming and trying to get everything done. They would just, take their time and they will also enjoy the ambience of the restaurant, and see the customers try their dishes. I think that's very important for a cook or for a chef to see the reaction on people. When you work in the hot kitchen in the back, you don't see those reactions. So I started falling in love with that type of cuisine, that is the combination of Japanese and Peruvian. It's called Nikkei. Mostly raw, mostly cold food, which allows you to be, as I said, in front of the house in a bar, and with a different rhythm, right? And it also gives you the opportunity to get creative, when you're plating those dishes and when you're trying to serve them. It gives you a lot more resources to elaborate and to decorate all those plates, a little more than you'll be able to do with a steak or mashed potatoes. Um,
I love that story. That's really, really cool. I love that. In your experience, what is the key to creating a dish that people are crazy about?
the combination of textures. Now, I always try to look for that because that's what I really enjoy when I try food, right? You want the combination of even temperatures. You can have a very very cold fish raw, which you need to have at a certain temperature. But you also have a sauce that could be warm. And then you add all the other components, and you have crunchy and you have creamy. And once you combine those things, I think you come up with really nice recipes, and you see people enjoying when they try it and put it in their mouth. It's a different reaction.
Sounds so good. Can you share with us the funniest or most interesting story that has happened to you since you started? And what was the lesson or takeaway you took of that story?
I see funny nowadays is, the volume of work that I had in the beginning as a dishwasher. I remember those really busy days. It could be Christmas days or New Year's Day or Mother's Day, because those are the most busy days in a restaurant. And I remember looking at all those, piles of plates and things to clean. And I think it's a nice, funny memory, that it takes me back and see, all the time you spend there in the back of the kitchen. Now I respect that much more because I went through it. But now that I think about myself doing it, it's kind of funny, that I did that for a few years, and it obviously taught me that you have to learn every position of a restaurant if you really wanna have your own. I was able to apply it because in my own place, obviously, you will have days that the dishwasher wouldn't show up, but I felt confident that I went through that already, so it wouldn't stop me, from having I'll say a nice busy night at the restaurant, right?
That's a good story. The dishwasher, I love it. So, well, none of us can be successful without some help along the way. Did you have any mentors or cheerleaders who helped you succeed? Can you tell us a story about their influence?
Of course. Well, I would say my best influence and the best team I could ever ask for was my family, my own family. My brother helped me remodeling my restaurant when I first got it, because he knows a lot about electricity, and he's a mechanic, and he's really good at doing those things. So that helped me big time and saved a lot of money. Also, my sister was part of my team from day one. It will give me a peace of mind to know that she was there, taking care of things and looking for me. And then obviously my parents were always, supporting at somehow. They will be there every day cleaning and washing dishes as well. I wouldn't let them, but I always felt that support, and that
Family
was huge to
support.
me.
That's the
Totally.
best support. I agree. It's really important. So, personally, what is the perfect meal for you?
For me, I think any Nikkei type of dish will get me. I'm always thinking and savoring those dishes. Even when I'm trying to find new ideas, I'm always thinking about those type of flavors. But I think what I would really enjoy at this point, will be a nice meal from my mother. I think. The arepa for us is a traditional dish in Venezuela, and that's something that I will really love to try again and
Mhm. So,
and
what is
enjoy.
the arepa?
The arepa is like, it's for Venezuelans, it's like the taco, right? It's something that we eat at any time of the day. Obviously, it's better for breakfast, but there's always leftover, so we keep eating in lunch and even dinner. There's always we don't make the exact amount of arepas. We always make more. And I
Mm.
remember that we will eat them for breakfast. It's something that you can have different fillings, right? But also for lunch, we'll say, it will be like a side dish for, let's say, a soup, or even, I don't know, steak or something. You will have half of arepa or whatever was left over from the morning, and you'll keep
Oh,
eating
wow.
arepa all day long, pretty much.
I
It's
love
made
that.
out of it's made out of cornmeal, um, and it's so simple to make. You make the dough with just water, salt, and a little bit of oil, and that's how you
Mm.
make the dough, and you make the form of the arepa, which is like a disc, and
Hmm.
then you can have them made in the regular pan and oven, or you can fry them. There's two different
Sounds
ways of making them.
sounds really yummy. I have to try that.
You should.
So where I will. Maybe your restaurant. Do you still have a restaurant?
I sold it in 2018. I had it for 6 years. Yeah, but dreaming of having another one at some point.
Okay, I'll have to try that. Where does your inspiration for creating come from? Is there something that you turn to for a daily creative boost, something that inspires you?
Hey, just pleasing customers, right? Once you get the feeling of what what they're, I'd say your clientele is looking for, you're always going to try to please them and keep them coming back, right? So whatever is working, I think you keep trying to create over that, right? And repeat things, that taste similar or that look similar textures, as I said, and and always try to build a menu that don't only have 2 3 good items. You always want to keep creating and having the confidence of a customer coming in, and you let them pick whatever, and it's going to be a hit. I think that's the goal for any chef creating their menu.
Super. All right. So, are you working on any new or exciting projects? And what impact do you think this will have?
Well, we just finished recording a show that it's a dream come true. For me, I was able to create a show where I could go around the United States, showcasing our Latin cuisine, right? And I was able to go to 13 different cities, over 50 different restaurants, and we did that in a period of 4 months. So things that I know most people save and live for, which is traveling and eating in good places, I was able to do it, not only for free, but I charged for that. So
Wow.
to me, it was a blessing. It's a great show, to meet all these families that came over to the U.S. with a dream, and they were able to, make it and make that dream come true, and their families also, through the kitchen and through food. To me was amazing. I was able to connect with them very well also because I went through the same thing while having my restaurant. So it was to me, it was like a tailor-made show, and I was able to do it through a platform called VIX that is owned by Televisa Univision, which is the network that I worked for the past 6 years. So I've been working in this morning show that is like the Good Morning America, Hispanic version.
Mhm.
And then through the platform, the streaming platform, I was able to make this show called Qué Delicia, El Sabor de América. It's already
Wow.
in VIX. We have 6 episodes out since October 12th, and we are planning on throwing 7 new ones in December, for a total of 13. So we went to the West Coast, we went to Los Angeles, San Diego, Long Beach, then we went to Atlanta, Charlotte, Raleigh, Orlando, Miami, and then we ended up in New York, New Jersey, and Philadelphia. So it was literally all over the place.
Sounds like an amazing project. Can't wait to watch
Yes,
that
it
one.
was. Please do.
Wow.
You enjoy it very much. And the stories
I
behind every restaurant, every family. That's why I'm saying, it's so important to have the support of your family. Mostly when you're
yes.
starting a new business and you're giving all your time and dedication. When you feel that support from your family, it's an extra punch, and you feel, the companion and the help.
I agree 100%. Let's jump into the main part of our interview. You are currently leading an initiative to help promote healthy eating. Can you tell us a bit about what you and your organization are trying to change in our world today?
Well, through healthy eating, I'll tell you, I think everything, like my mindset after my mother passed away, I think, eating healthy has been a priority for me because I noticed that, at the end, for her, it was so important to have a healthy diet and to keep, you know, to keep herself within those the diet that it was asked to for her to get better. So I think after that point, and being a father of two girls, also I want to implement those habits, right, of healthy eating, and not having to go through the moments that my mother went through at the end, because not she wasn't, maybe because of the lack of education in that area, she wasn't paying attention much of what they eat. And I think it's a generation thing, right? Nowadays we're a little more concerned, and we know we have more access to information to understand and find out what's best for us. I guess our parents didn't have that that information as handy. So yeah, I think after that is when you start taking this habit so seriously. Trying to eat healthier and exercise and all that.
Yeah, that's really important. I agree with you. Wow. So, can you tell us the backstory about what inspired you to originally feel passionate about this cause? Well, you already told us because of your mother, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes. So, without saying specific names, can you tell us a story about a particular individual who has helped your cause?
Yes, there's other chefs, pushing probably the same direction that we do, and also by just giving their time and effort to cook together when we have an event or something that is going to go towards this or type of organizations. I think it helps. It helps. You need people to feed big amount of people. And there wouldn't be able to do it with small groups. You need a lot of hands. So yeah, I think chefs play a huge role in this movement.
Very
Cooks,
good.
they don't have to be chefs. They just
Anyone like you that loves cooking and is passionate about healthy eating, correct?
yes, exactly.
So, are there three things that the community, society, or politicians can do to help you address the root of the problem you are trying to solve?
I think more information, and keeping control of what we have in our grocery stores, and what we show as marketing on TV and ads. I think that helps. At the end of the day, we don't all have the same um, resources or ways to plan on a specific diet or buy specific things. Most of the times, to follow a diet, it's most of the times it's expensive, or the ingredients and the things that you need most of the times are more expensive than regular food that are not so healthy. So I think when we start changing that, or when we start having more options, it's going to get easier for anybody to to jump on this healthy wagon.
I agree. I agree. Making it more affordable for sure. What are the five things I wish somebody told me when I first started as a chef, and why? Please share a story or an example for each. So, five things I wish
Well,
someone told me.
5 things. I think there's not. I might not have five, but I think there's a very important one, and is to go through every position, of this business to understand and have some kind of experience, right? So that because I think for any chefs, the goal is to have your own place, right? To be able to showcase and offer what you have, of knowledge about food and cooking. And to get to the goal, I think it's very important, more than going to school, which is very important, obviously, to understand the techniques and the names and all that. uh, I think going through each position and work it for a while, it will help a big time. It's a very hands-on career. Right? It's not something that you're going to get everything and all the information through books. It's not. It doesn't work like that. You have to go through the whole experience, right? And that helps a lot.
For sure. I can totally see this being completely hands-on. Anything you'd like to add?
To invite you to watch the show on VIX. As I said, it's a platform that is free. It's a streaming platform that you can get from your app store and enjoy those episodes. I mean, you're gonna love the food, and you're gonna see amazing stories, and go through these different cities with so much character and history.
The show sounds amazing. Now, is there a person in the world or in the US with whom you would like to have a private breakfast or lunch with, and why? Remember, he or she might just see this, especially if we tag them.
Nice. I think there's a chef called Gaston Acurio, he's from Peru. He's been able to, build an empire of 50, 70 restaurants. I lost count. All around the world. He was able to change many lives through food and kitchens and jobs. He got so many kids from the streets in Peru and make them chefs. And a few of them, or a lot of them, are now running, many of his restaurants as executive chefs, and there's so many good stories out of that movement that he started it. And he also, was able to represent Peruvian cuisine so well. I think thanks to him, it's one of the tops in the world. So I would love to meet him and have you said a breakfast or whatever, a coffee.
Lunch.
Yeah, and anything.
That he sounds like an amazing person. I love
Yes,
that.
he is.
How can our readers follow your work online? You have the TV show, or is there a website, social media handles?
Right, yeah.
Let us know
Yes,
everything.
I have.
We follow you.
Thank you. Yes, I do have a website. It's www.chefjesusdiaz.com. There's also social media at Chef Jesus in Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, which is a little weak, but I'm working on it. And yeah, we're in the morning show for Univision from 7 to 11 a.m. every morning, Monday through Fridays.
Wonderful.
And as I said in VIX, Que Delicia, El Sabor de América, that's the new show, is my new baby.
And VIX, yes, we will follow your show for sure. This was a very meaningful talk. Thank you so much. We wish you only continued success on your great work, Chef Jesus.
Thank you so much.
We need more people like you in the world.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's so beautiful. I appreciate it.
Thank you
See
so
you
much.
next time. Hopefully there's one more.
Hopefully. I would love to continue our conversation. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Have a great day too. Bye.